Rob and Slip Show, we are back with Dirk Don, founder of Arrogant Media.
Hail to the king, baby.
Fuck yeah, Dirk. How you doing, my friend?
Fucking great. Jesus, a workout after all day of like sitting on my ass. Finally. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff.
Nice. And are you allowed to tell us any of the stuff?
What about you though? I'm trained. I'm railroading what you're saying here by asking how are you?
I don't even know. I'm totally thrown off now.
Do any of your guests even ask how you are?
No one's even cared about ever how we are.
Fucking shame. Fucking shame.
First guest ever. That's the proudest moment.
It took 8 years
for somebody to finally give a shit.
Yeah.
About us.
Yeah. I give a shit.
Oh man, when did you start Arrogant Media, Dirk? I almost called you Don. That's gonna throw me off having two first names?
I go by Dirk Don, so it doesn't really matter. But so this all started way back in 2016, where my good friend Mitch was outside with me smoking a cigarette. I was having a cigarette too because we were cigarette buddies, and he talks about how he wants to start up a podcast. And I had a big think all of a sudden where it's like, I've got this MacBook and a really shitty USB microphone. I could like slap that right between us, and it sounded like garbage. But I knew there was something there, so I kept working with it.
That's how we started.
Yeah,
we had this clip-on mic.
Did you steal our origin story?
Yeah, we had two laptops
basically.
and a clip-on mic.
Yep.
It was a snowball mic from Blue.
Oh, you were way more fancy
yeah.
than us. I had like a $20, like I forget what the brand was. It was like Samsung or something. I don't know. Not Samsung, but like a knockoff Samsung.
Blam
Like
song.
I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I was like figuring all the shit out myself. Like everything I do is self-taught. And then once I realized like, okay, we actually have something we can do with this. I started to be a big boy and get it like an audio system set up with actual XLR microphones, and things sounded better. So,
Whoa,
like,
I was just checking my
Arrogant Media
microphone.
was overall not just my idea. It was like a collaborative effort, but then I started to just run the train myself.
That's what I was going to ask. I didn't know if you had a crew, because whenever I watch and all, I mostly just see you in the forefront.
Well, we used to have another show. Well, okay, so it started off with the first podcast called Super Arrogant Bros, and then we landed on Madcast Media with that, and then we started off another show called The Plastered Paladins, which was very influenced by, I don't know if you ever heard of Sleepy Cabin or Sleepy Cast. Huge inspiration for that. I was trying to like do something similar with it, where it was like a round table of a bunch of dudes, and well, I don't really talk to most of the people that I did that with anymore.
Gotcha. So, and you do a lot. You do a lot from like gaming to like topical stuff to exposing certain people.
So yeah, I have a lot of influences, and I don't know if you've heard of Mr. Medicare, but he was a huge influence for my work as well. I have some gripes with him, but still, like, I commend him for the work that he did, and that was sort of what inspired what I was doing with the Crazy Joe videos.
Yeah. Well, the funniest thing was when we first came across him, and I started like checking a little of his stuff out. One of my buddies from outside of here, from like a job years ago, found your video on the first one you did on him. It was just called "How Not to Do a Show," and he sent it to me. I was like, "This is amazing."
So you find me first before the other two, before Crazy Joe and Matt Connerton?
Well, I had found through, I think, Billy, who I'm friends with, like one night just shooting the shit with him on Messenger.
Oh, Bad Billy?
Yeah, Bad Billy just sent me a little bit of him, and then just on my own, I found that he had a problem with Matt as well. So I'm like, holy shit, he's got a problem with like two of like our good friends. And then I got my buddies, because I have buddies that like love shit like this. So I sent them the links. And then my one friend, Kevin, on his own, just like Googling and searching, found your video. And he's like,
That's
have you seen
dope.
this one? And that was my first introduction to Arrogant Media.
That's fucking dope. I eventually had to start up a new channel because like Stev is my brother from another mother, obviously, and I don't want him wrapped in the shit that I'm in. Like what I did with like Crazy Joe, Stacy Lofton, that's not his shit. He's more focused. He wants to talk more about gaming and Warhammer and BattleTech. But for me, it's like I need this kind of outlet.
Yeah. I feel like once you've like tapped into that, like it's something you always want. You that altercation type of thing. Like it's
internet blood
it's like a high.
Is so great. Once I got a taste for blood, it was like, what's gonna stop me here?
Oh, it's so good, so good. I don't even know. Like, I mean, we played clips on our show. We've talked about him, but Slim doesn't even know the more recent of the adventures of Crazy Joe. Hey, he got Slim. He started his show, Slim.
It's really? He's finally started a show?
But it was mostly just like a test, right, Dirk?
Okay.
He was just testing like all of his equipment, and it was just painful to hear.
At one point, he's so mad because it's like he did think it was supposed to be like a debut for him. But if things didn't go right, then it could have just been a test demo.
What did he do? Did he buy like a board and mics and everything?
He's had this shit. He's had this shit sitting around. He goes into ad nauseum how it's all
he doesn't know how to use it.
Old tech, but he doesn't know how to use it. The monitor is garbage because it keeps going to sleep mode, and he needs a new monitor, but he can't afford a new monitor. But then you hear every my favorite thing was you hear every notification, like every Windows like bloop bling. You hear all those noises like he hasn't figured out how to mute system sounds or anything. And how did it go down, Dirk? Did he like reach out to Charles Richardson to help him figure out how to like work Skype?
Oh my god. Okay, so I made the announcement that I was going to do a stream to watch Crazy Joe's show, because why would you want to give him clicks when you could just watch it through my YouTube channel? I mean, I took away his fans, I guess, but I thought that it was going to be like a 30-minute like Crazy Joe freaks out and then just rage quits. No, it became much more beautiful than that.
It was hours.
It starts off with audio coming through only one side, and then it gets into like he's getting phone calls, but he can't hear. No, people who are calling in can't hear him because he doesn't have his mic shit set up right. Eventually, I called him and I tried to throw him a bone of like, hey, you need to set up like your mic settings for Skype, otherwise no one's gonna fucking hear you. And so he decides to take a half-hour break, and then I decide, okay, well, how do I kill time here? I can invite Billy on, and then we get Charles on too, and so we're shooting this shit for a while. Joe comes back on. It's like, okay, shit. All right, how do we do this? Charles calls in, and he's trying to give Joe advice on what to do. Because here's the thing: if Joe wants to douse himself with gasoline, I want to give him the match. So it turns into this beautiful shit show of like like nothing's working. And so we thought, okay, great, I'll end it from there, and then it's all done for the night. I don't have to worry about anything else here. Well, all of a sudden, and Rob's in the chat with us here, and we discover, oh hey, a Christmas miracle is happening. He's back on. And it turns into even worse fireworks for him than I would have ever imagined. And it involved DJ Loud of all fucking people.
How did that, what was that guy's origin? Is he originally a guest from Charles Richardson? That guy just blew my mind all around.
He's a Canadian that I guess moved to Michigan, and he's so fucking dense. God damn, he's dumb. He was a co-host for Charles Richardson, and Charles had a struggle of working with this guy because he wouldn't say shit, and nothing that he would say really contributed to anything. So he was needing to find another co-host. I brought my friend on for him, and I told her and she was nervous about how things were going to go. She was nervous that she would like embarrass herself. And I told her up front, there is no way you're going to do any worse than DJ Loud. And then later, like I think this is when then like the first like month of Heather doing this, I see there's some fuckery going on in the Charles Richardson page of some guy trying to expose DJ Loud. There's messages like like Loud talking about he only diddled his brother, not his kid or something. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I messaged Loud with a screen cap saying, do you want to explain yourself? And he says, can you call right now? I said, no, I'm dropping off my son. I can't do that right now. And well, turns out DJ Loud is on the sex offender registry because when he was 12 years old, he was being diddled by his uncle. Okay, so that made him a victim. Like, that's beepy poo poo, bad. But then he decides, well, I guess I'm damaged goods, so I'm going to come out swinging. So he decides to diddle his little 8-year-old brother.
Yeah. And then like talks about it like, what else was I gonna do? Like doesn't even have remorse about it. Like
there was no remorse. He was nothing but the victim in the entire scenario. And I was like, no, if Loud is still going to be on the show, then I'm not going to come back on. Yeah. I had to have that line. So Loud gets kicked off the show, not because of me, but because everybody is uncomfortable with Loud at this point. And so Loud has this like bitch fest on my Facebook chat. So I posted it for everybody to see. And then lo and behold, that very night that Joe comes back on live on the air for everybody to hear, Joe gets a mysterious phone call from some ex-co-host of the Charles Richardson show. And and Loud is talking about joining forces.
Yes.
You know that scene in Batman? You know that scene in Batman Forever where the Riddler comes into Two-Face's hideout, talks about how we need to work together to take on the Batman. That's exactly what this fucking feels like. It's incredible. Yes. And then Joe starts dropping the N-bomb here and there
profusely.
And it gets no reaction from Loud.
Yeah. And
then at some point, Joe talks about how we should get we have to get rid of the black people, and then Loud says, well, it's going to take a long time, but I agree with you there.
What?
Yes.
It is on my latest video in Java Fog. I have the audio all there for you to hear it. I did censor the N-word.
I love that you did that because Joe coming across is going to be the first one to report you for it because
and I wanted everything out in the open for everybody to be able to hear what happened, because it's like you don't just take my word for it. Listen to the man hang himself here.
And then Billy somehow called and got through, and just again Joe just screaming the N-bomb repeatedly to him, like.
Well, and Billy has more of a right to a bone to pick with Joe than I do, because it's like
he got personal.
Joe was talking about Billy being an N lover, or like his sister is betraying their own kind.
Yes.
Although it's personal for me because Joe threatened to sue me.
Yes, he did threaten to sue you. And what was that over? Just for playing clips of his, Dirk? Like,
well, I put his face on a Klansman.
That's Photoshop fun. Right. That's Photoshop pranks.
It is. So I used that for the thumbnail of the video.
You get sued over that? I did not.
And Joe, Joe was well, no, the first thing that Joe wanted to sue me for was definition of character, as he puts it, which is wrong. It's not a thing because it's defamation. He just doesn't know what the word is. And so then he calls a congressman's office to get a free lawyer because I put his face on a Klansman.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many amazing moments of this journey too. One of my favorites though is when you, Dirk, did the satanic curse on him. And then he did like 6 or 7 videos on how he's like one of God's chosen people. He's like,
yeah, I picked an actual ritual that's from the Satanic Bible, and read it and hammed it the fuck up for him.
It was awesome. It was almost, you had music behind it. It was almost like an Undertaker like thing from WWE. It was awesome.
There was no music for it, but I did use reverb to make it sound like it was like inside of a church.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah, it sounded like legit. And dude, he did like all these videos. He tried to sound all godly,
Oh,
and it was great. It was great.
Well, I mean, and never mind that like the early characters of the Bible were like brown and not white.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Joe would have a fit if he learned that.
Oh yes, no, that's oh, he's a gem. But then also going back to all the shit that happened. Wow, how did this go down? Because he just posted a video the other day, Dirk, that he got Matt in trouble. He called Matt's boss.
Oh yeah, oh shit, oh yeah. So Stacey Lofton, after she got so butthurt from everybody making fun of her, she called into WMNH radio to bitch at Matt Connerton's boss about it. So now he's not allowed to talk about Stacey anymore. And then Joe did a video condemning Stacey for that action.
Right.
And then guess who calls Matt's boss to make it so that Matt can't talk about Joe anymore on the show?
Yes, just the gag order just went full Karen, just went like total Karen. I just like. If he ever finds out where we work, I would love my boss to have to listen to Crazy Joe. Like,
right.
What the fuck?
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. So the first two videos that I made were actually watched by the defense attorney for the Kansas City Chiefs, because I have somebody that is related to that person. So. And he laughed at Joe. He laughed so fucking hard at Joe and said, no, he doesn't have a case.
Photoshop court. Oh man, he always like. I think at one point he said he could sue us, like me and Slim. Like, and then also I don't even know. Have I told you this, Slim? He says one of us looks like Jared from Subway. Is that me because I wear a hat?
I think I do remember.
Or is that you? Because I can't figure out who's Jared.
And I think he still never figured out which one of us is Slim and which one's Rob.
No. But we're gay. We're definitely gay.
Jesus. It's like every time I get to this point where it's like, okay, I can move on and find something else to talk about. It's like that spark already comes firing back up. But now he's got his Facebook profile deleted by Facebook.
Oh,
and same
wow.
thing for the Crazy Joe Show page. That's gone now.
Wow. He's on TikTok though now, right?
He is. He hasn't posted in a long time, but I downloaded TikTok just to be able to watch out for him. That app is fucking cancer. Everything I see on that goddamn site is garbage.
It's all like lip syncing. I just don't get it.
It's all unfunny. It's full of unfunny.
Unoriginal, just let me use this
no
audio.
creativity.
Not even just unoriginal. It's like, I'm 17 years old. Here's me making funny faces towards the camera to a beat. Fuck you.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get the TikTok thing. I guess we missed that boat. But I was gonna say,
am I out of touch? No,
Yeah, right.
It's the children who are wrong.
no, it's definitely not us. It's definitely not us on this one. I was gonna say too, though, like I totally get too, Dirk, like a gimmick, having a gimmick, doing a character. But I just feel like Crazy Joe, that's 100% him. Like,
It
for
is
sure.
entirely him. Although, like, for me, it's like I'm not really doing a character. What you see is actually what you get.
yeah.
I'm just smart in how I try to do things.
Yeah, I'm honestly the same, like, all over. Like, yeah, I try to be smart, like you said, to not go, to walk the line, not go too far over, you go back and forth. But yeah, no, that guy is just all out there. All out there.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. I don't know. Where do we go from here? What's next for the Crazy Joe? Do you think he's gonna go back though? Like he had a show for like a day, and then that thing's gone. Like, do you think he's gonna like still go for it or what?
Well, the thing is, like, what kind of platform is he going to be able to go to that allows him the speech that he wants to, that he's able to figure out how it works anyway? He couldn't get on Live 365 without a technician.
Yes, And then he was mad at them for flagging him for the hate speech, and he's like, I paid them. They shouldn't censor me. But what are you gonna find?
I paid them money. I should use the N-word whenever I want
I don't think you're gonna find anywhere that's gonna be like, yeah, that's what we got your money. Dude, go have at it. Like, yeah, no. And yeah, his technician thing too. That's great. That's great having to pay somebody.
Like, there are so many platforms that try to like talk about how they're so free speech when it's like, I got banned from Gab for posting porn and taunting the owner about it because they're completely anti-porn. And so I figured, you know what, like, if you actually want free speech, then maybe you should own up to it. I used pictures of like Brandy Love and shit. I think I used like some clown porn in there too, while taunting the owner.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like all these places they all have the same, pretty much the same guidelines and all that. Like, you can't do that. You can't fucking do that shit. I don't know. But what do you have next planned, Dirk? What's you have, can you tell us what is going to be one of your next videos or anything like that?
Yeah, of course. I'm usually pretty open with that kind of thing. For the past month and a half, I've been trying to work on a video discussing the Satanic Temple and how they're actually a very harmful organization. I was going to come at it with the philosophical approach of how what they present is not Satanism at all. It's not even a religion. It's a I don't want to call it a scam, but it's like, if you donate your money to them, like, they can use that money for shit like slap suits, because they're doing that shit.
Oh, okay.
That's what
I almost just instantly thought of, like, yeah, just the money type of thing, like the grifting, which seems to be
a grift. Yeah, it is entirely a grift. And then my friend's been like bringing me down this rabbit hole over so much fuckery that's going on, and it's insane the amount of shit that I'm finding. But then at the same time, it's like, they were more than happy to sue Newsweek. So if I don't cover my ass as best as I can, I could get screwed too.
Yeah. Ah, shit. That's, yeah. But that would be a cool thing to do. Like, that'd be a cool fight to wage.
I'd lose a shitload of money.
Yeah.
Because that's the point, though. That's the point of a slap suit.
Is that what it would be? Oh, okay. Because I was just thinking it would come to the fact that you just had to take down the content. I didn't realize.
It's like, they're going to try to drain resources if they find you to be a threat.
Okay. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard call, because, yeah, you'd want to do that. You'd want to expose that, but, yeah, would you want to deal with that?
Yeah, well, in Reddit fucking worships these guys, despite the fact that they have things like After School Satan, which I think is stupid to do, because I want religion out of schools in the first place. Why would I want anything attached to my religion at schools? I don't want it.
Yeah.
What is After School Satan? Is that like you worship, you go to like a after school class where you worship Satan?
Well, Satanists don't actually worship Satan, but the idea is like, it's supposed to be some sort of like alternate to the Christian after school programs. Okay. So it's like
youth group
or
something.
We understand the basis of like, we don't want these Christian after school programs, but that's because we don't want any religions in there.
Right.
It's sort of like, well, if you see somebody pissing in the pool, do you go to somebody about it, or do you jump in the pool and start pissing with them to be like, yeah, that'll show them, which then ruins it for everybody.
Yeah. Shit. I would just piss. I would just start pissing. That's what I would do.
I just told lifeguards, hey, they're pissing.
Playing Ghostbusters. We're across the streams.
Jesus Christ. Few movies are perfect. Ghostbusters is perfect.
Original? I mean, have you seen any of the new ones? I've not seen the new one. I do want to see that.
I haven't. I've only seen the first two.
Okay.
I refused to watch the 2016 movie.
Yeah, I've seen like a few minutes. It was on TV one summer. It's just so corny.
What's the point? When that movie was like in the midst of coming out, there was all kinds of like outrage porn over the movie. Like, sure, I think that Melissa McCarthy should be sent to space just to do it. But like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna like bring in all the rage clicks on certain articles and videos bitching about it, or do I want to just not watch it and then enjoy something else instead?
Yeah. I did want to see the new one though,
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I still haven't yet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab it, and when my sons come up this summer, we'll check it out. Then definitely one of those type of movies.
You do make a good point there, though. I never thought of it that way, where people were acting like, oh, well, now we have to sit through this Melissa McCarthy Ghostbuster movie. Like, I don't have a choice. I got to go to the movies and watch this thing. Like,
You don't.
Well,
You
like,
don't have
look, everybody knows that Melissa McCarthy is not funny.
right? Yeah, I agree.
So why am I going to watch a movie with her? Bridesmaids? Fucking atrocious. Why would I want to watch a movie from the same fucking director as Bridesmaids? But you've got like Neurotic, you've got The Quartering, you've got all these fucking channels that are baiting for your clicks because you're outraged over the idea of this new movie, when it's like the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference, and I indifference the fuck out of 2016 Ghostbusters.
Yes, yes, Dirk. Dirk, we have to wrap this up, dude, but it's been a blast,
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck yeah. Where can everybody find you?
I have 2 YouTube channels. I have the Arrogant Media if you want something more towards the gaming side, or actually did a video about the new Rings of Power series that's coming out and how I'm not going to watch it for the same principles. But then I have Java Fog for all the weird shit that I've been talking about and covering.
Nice. All right, dude. Definitely have a good one, and we will be in touch. We'll definitely be in touch, and I'm sure there's gonna be more Crazy Joe.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Dude, thanks for coming on. You rock.
Bye-bye.
Later.